Good morning, students of class 10. You are welcome back to the online portal now. Let's continue our lesson in history. The rise of nationalism in Europe. We have reached 3.2. In our previous class we have talked some. Now today we will talk the remaining portion. 3.2. Hunger, hardships and popular revolt. As we have seen, in 1848, hunger due to rising food prices, hardships and unemployment and poverty brought the population of Paris out on the roads against the rulers, against the king, constitutional monarchy, the king, King Louis Philippe XVI. Barricades were erected on the road in Paris, and Louis Philippe XVI was forced to flee. Flee means run away. He had to run away from the palace because he was scared. His life was in danger. The people were very much angry and annoyed. So National Assembly announced a republic. When the king ran away from the palace, the National Assembly was there. So the National Assembly announced a republic from then onwards. In 1848, National Assembly announced a republic, granted voting rights, all the people, especially the male who are 21 and above. So National Assembly announced a republic and granted voting rights to all adult males, to men above 21. Those who have reached the age 21 and above, they were given voting rights and guaranteed the right to work. The National Assembly also guaranteed the right to work, and they set up national workshops to provide jobs to the people. So earlier in 1845, this is 48, here is 45. Earlier in 1845, weavers in Silesia, that's a place in France, the weavers in Silesia had led a revolt, not against the king but against the contractors. Silesia had led a revolt against contractors for low payments of wages, because large portion of the population were unemployed. So naturally the contractors took the advantage and paid them very low. The misery of the workers is extreme. The prices of food grains were so high, they could not meet their expenses with the low wages. So naturally, the desperate need for jobs, they needed jobs, unemployment was rampant. This led to the reduction of price for finished goods. So due to large number of unemployed people, the contractors took the advantage and paid very low prices for the finished product. So on 4th June, now here begins the revolt by the weavers. On 4th June 1845, at 2 p.m, a large crowd came out on the road. They stormed means attacked the mansion. Mansion means building of their contractors. They went straight into the house of their contractors, mansion, demanding higher wages. They started encircling, they surrounded the mansion and demanded higher wages. But the contractors were reluctant to pay them higher wages. The contractors were not willing. Instead, they were treated with scorn, hate. The contractors hated them, threatened them. The contractors treated with scorn and threats. the crowd following, three things happened. The contractors were unwilling. Not only that, the contractors hated them, abused them, and even threatened them. This agitated the crowd, and they stormed, they got inside the house. They forced their way into the mansion or a house and smashed everything. They broke down the elegant windows, beautiful structures inside. So all kinds of articles, everything was broken, and the contractors had to run away from there in order to save their lives. So the godowns were looted, their storehouses where the finished products were kept, the textiles, the finished products, they were torn into pieces. So everything was destroyed. Everything they destroyed. This crowd destroyed the mansion, as well as they tore everything. The elegant curtains, they smashed the beautiful statues inside the mansion, and the elegant glasses, the glass doors, and the windows. Not only that, they attacked the storehouses where they stored their finished product and tore all the textiles. Whatever they could find, they smashed, damaged and destroyed. The crowd or the weavers were so much agitated, so much angry and annoyed by these contractors. For the contractors, because they paid them very low wages, they could not meet their expenses, daily expenses. So that was the revolt by the weavers. Everyday revolt, popular revolt we have talked about. We have talked about hunger, hardships, because the prices of food grains were so high, they could not meet, they could not purchase. There was hunger and unemployment and hardships. People, their hardships were extreme. The misery was extreme. So this has led to the uprising by the weavers, revolt by the weavers against the contractors. It is all because of the contractors. They took the advantage of the situation and paid them very little wages. So that's all for today. We'll continue later on what happened. They destroyed everything in the mansion. So after that, we'll continue in our next session. Thank you very much for paying so much attention and listening carefully and being with me in this class. So we'll meet in the next class and continue our lesson. Thank you very much.